but I would say the vintage metagame has been shaping up a bit, and with the addition of companions, it's a little challenging. But at the same time, those challenges are welcome, and we want to exploit those broken pieces of vintage that we haven't seen just yet. So, um,
All right, looks like we're starting off with a probe here.
nice.
And what do we see?
Let's see. I have to go find. Looks like we got a mental misstep, a preordain. Is that a dark ritual?
A mental misstep on a brainstorm, it looks like.
It's not dark ritual, right?
Uh,
What's that third card?
I'm not
I mean,
sure.
knowing Dean, it might be a dark ritual. Just to throw it in there, just to.
I don't know.
Oh wait, is that a wasteland? It's got to be a wasteland, right?
Delver. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm paying attention.
Okay, cool. This is almost like Legacy, Chris.
Yeah. Someone played a Delver. All right, now I'm paying attention. Now I'm interested.
All right, all right. I'm watching the stream on my TV and also like trying to catch up with what's going on here. So let me find.
All right,
Uh,
Wasteland takes out the Volk. Delver
do we have?
trigger. Nothing. What's that,
Uh,
Roland?
do we have Ben's? Or sorry, yeah. Do we have Ben's feed?
Yeah, it's on OBS. I'll send it to you.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I need that. Oh wait, it looks like yep, same one. Perfect. All right, now I can see everybody's.
Oh, that was a Wasteland. You're right.
All right. Yeah,
It's
those,
like
those
a.
crazy altars that Dean has, they get a little confusing at the same time. It's enjoyable because you get to see what, the talented artists that can work in that little space.
All right, probe on top. Is that a preordain in his hand? It looks like. Flip
Yeah,
Delver.
flipped over.
Probe. Cast a probe. So now we'll get to see Mason's hand.
Ooh, you got a spell pierce on that probe. What is he trying to hide?
That's a good question.
Let's see. The things that
All right, Delver
maybe
gets in. 15.
this case, maybe it's like he's like sandbagging a daze or something. That's my guess.
Is that Fatal Push? Yep. Delver
Yep.
down.
All right, we are back to
That
nothing
was quite a bit of
on.
interaction in those first returns.
Yeah, nothing on Dean's board, and we got a Underground Sea to cast stuff. And so I'm guessing that Pokemon is a Lurrus.
Yeah,
So
that's Lurrus.
all right, all right. Well, we got a Tarmogoyf here on Ben's side. He's let's see what he got. Instant sorcery land.
Looks
Is
like
there a
it's a
creature
4.
somewhere?
There's
Yeah,
no
there's a
artifacts.
creature. Yeah, I don't see. Okay, so no artifacts or planeswalkers. So a 4/5 for this Tarmogoyf, and he's going to be swinging in.
Yep. The beats.
All right, I'll turn off my TV. It's distracting me.
Yeah, do it.
I'm seeing the delayed version. All right,
All right. And
cool.
a Mystic Remora. That seems brutal.
Yeah, Mystic Remora is going to help him. And
And a
Scoop.
Scoop.
Dean is not playing a companion, you said?
He is not. Starts off with Delta, and what is
Oh,
that?
that is a Black Lotus altered.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
And Delver drops. Another
And
Delver.
Delver and triple
Triple
Delver.
Delver.
Amazing. And it's probably like backed up by a Flusterstorm or something, right?
I think Dean remembered that on our last stream I said I love Delver decks, and he's
Mm.
just going all in.
This is vintage Delver at its finest.
Yeah, that is nuts.
Let's see, what do we got here? Is that a Scalding Tarn or a Verdant Catacomb?
Please let these Delvers flip to an Ancestral. That would be gas. Agreed. All right, so he fetches. Um, At what point is he fetching right now? Is this on upkeep?
I think it's upkeep. I think
So
they
he
passed
missed
back.
it.
So I think Ben, well, he probably missed one and then goes to the second one, right?
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
But
All right.
what did Ben play there?
It looks like a fetch land of some kind. Verdant
Yeah,
Catacombs, maybe. The expedition version.
all right,
Jebediah verifies. Yes, this is an upkeep fetch. Verdant. Yeah. All right. We know our cards. We
cool.
know our cards, Roland.
Yeah, that was my second guess. I didn't look too much like a Scalding Turn.
Scalding Tarn, you know.
That was Expeditions throw me off. Uh,
Looks like it's going to be a swing for 7 this turn. It's pretty rough.
yeah, it's pretty rough on turn 2.
Spell Pierce on Preordain. Is that what just happened? Yep.
Yeah, I think so. He doesn't want the other Delver to definitely. Oh, look at that. A daze on
Days
the
for
spell pierce.
days.
Yeah. You
All right.
know, it's funny with daze being played in Vintage right now. It's probably more of a restricted card because people are playing only one copy of it usually at most, unless you're playing like Fast Crabs, which is essentially um, a deck where it's every single turn counts and you could potentially get blown out. So if you get tapped out or whatever it is, Daze is such a house. Similar to the way that Legacy is structured right now. But Daze here, when it hits, it feels really, really good. So as we saw with Dean being able to capitalize on making sure that his Delver is probably going to flip next turn.
Time Walk. That is a Time Walk.
There's a shiny Time Walk, yes.
Shiny, completely authentic Time Walk.
I think,
Made by Wizards of the Coast.
yeah, that might be drawn by the original or stick figure.
Yeah.
That artwork is amazing.
Yeah. All right, we're seeing a Brainstorm on the second turn. So that Time Walk was just basically a cantrip. Roland MTG, do you think the Crab Shack deck can play a companion? Says Jebediah.
That's a good question. So I'm sure he could find some companion to go with it, but is it going to be Lurrus? Probably not. It's black or white there.
Yeah.
Let's see. We've got we maybe Lutri, just a little more blue in there, but I honestly don't know. I think that these companions are tricky to build around. So if Crab Shack needs to do all the things that it does, like being able to put out or get that infinite combo going through Fastbond and Gush and all these other things, most likely not.
All right, so a probe here, slightly off camera from Dean,
Mm-hmm.
revealing what's in his hand.
Flusterstorm, Collector's Oof, looks like a Abrupt Decay potentially, and also a Dark Confidant.
Nice. Dark Confidant was great last match.
Right?
Ooh, looks like the scoop. So Dean not messing around here.
Nope.
Let's check in with the guys.
We saw Ben do some really broken stuff on turn 1 against Kenny in game 5. So
Oh yeah, we know Ben can throw some punches just as hard.
right, and I believe that Int had like it was a Lotus Petal in there too or something, or was that Lotus?
Yeah, he
What?
does have a Lotus Petal.
Yeah, it's a good addition because I mean you get that extra free mana after you've resolved your turn 2 Lurrus based off of that, and then being able to like recast it and keep your mana base up while you're trying to establish more dominance over the board.
Right.
Looks like they started.
Yep. Mox Emerald into Deathrite and a Wasteland.
It's decent start. He's probably trying to figure out a way to generate blue mana next turn.
All right, Dean
So
thinking for a second. Starts off with the Wasteland.
thinking he might actually go waste here. Oh,
Oh yeah,
no,
to trade. Yeah,
apparently not. They're just he's just holding it up just in case he wants to get to 2 mana. See,
right.
there's a possibility that like
Oh, so Ben does that. Yeah,
Ben takes him out from that wasteland just so he can protect whatever dual land that he's potentially going to play here, but he also gets to generate some mana based off of that
right.
that
Exiles
interaction.
his wasteland and casts. Is that Jace?
Looks like it. Jace, Vryn's Prodigy, which is getting forced pitching Time Walk.
Yikes.
Oh, we're getting forced back.
Well, some counter battles there. It must feel bad to pitch a time walk.
Yeah, this is going to be tough on Dean because he's probably looking for a volcanic so that he can pyroblast that Jace so he doesn't fall too far behind. Because thing about Jace Vryn's Prodigy is that oftentimes it's going to be um, ancestral, then recast ancestral. We don't see. Oh, there it is. There's that pyroblast. So we don't see uh, Ben having that much blue mana to be able to do just that. So he might be actually struggling at this point. Fortunately, he still has that out of like being able to cast like Abrupt Decay or even Assassin's Trophy here. Um, Kill that volcanic on the other side.
Jebediah says Dean has so many beautiful altars. You speak the truth.
Yeah. Uh, Dean's Dean's got some really pretty amazing altars in his decks. I think I played against him when he was running his Doomsday or Depth decks one time. I had no idea what I was playing against.
The unearth for
Everything was
Jace is
altered.
neat.
That was an unearth.
I believe
Oh,
so.
that's like the new Modern Horizons
Yeah.
uh, unearth. That's what it is. Okay,
Yep.
I really
Unearth.
could. Yeah, I've seen it like once or twice now.
And you can unearth your dead Lurrus, which is quite relevant. That is, I believe, an ancestral.
Yep, that's an ancestral. Yeah, unearthing a Lurrus is pretty strong.
Yeah.
So actually, I thought about that the other day. Does Lurrus? I mean, let's say you reanimate, an
Right.
opposing Lurrus. What happens?
You reanimate an opposing Lurrus. I don't know. What do you mean?
Like, so you killed your opponent's Lurrus, right?
Right.
And then after that, you reanimate them. So does that mean that you get to start using Lurrus's abilities, and you don't have to necessarily comply with the companion
Oh yeah,
restrictions?
that's just as long as when you start the game, the companion rules in effect, and then he's just a regular permanent after that with
Oh, it's
abilities.
not bad. Not bad. Not bad.
Yeah, reanimating your opponent's Lurrus is definitely good. That's the Wasteland again. The
Yep.
fancy Wasteland. And we see response though of floating mana to exile the ancestral, putting Dean at 17.
That's a good move.
So this game, nobody exploded all over the board. This is probably going to be a longer game.
Yeah, these are the kind of games that a lot of players don't really see often. It's that grindy mode of Vintage, and I think that it's it's important to know that Vintage doesn't end in turn one. Um, Sometimes hands can be, or even games can be dictated by that initial turn one keep, but um, some of these are like they can just go back and forth and back and forth. So they could go on for an hour easily.
Well, a Pyromancer has dropped. You know I love that card.
Hmm.
Jebediah says, "Hooray for grindy battles." Yeah,
Yep. We
let the
want to
best man
see
win.
all of the interactive magic, not just the broken.
All right, exiles a land for a mana, and abrupt decay on young Pyromancer. Can't do much about that. We have not seen Oko on this stream tonight. Is Oko pushed out of Vintage at the moment?
Um, Oko is it possible that it's too fair in Vintage? Perhaps.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, turning a Lurrus into an elk seems pretty strong.
What are we seeing here? Is he forcing?
Looks like it. Yeah, he is. So he's forcing targeting the fatal push.
Oh, is that
That,
Fatal Push? I'm sorry. I said Abrupt
yeah,
Decay.
fatal push on the young pyromancer, which is now. Let's see. I think Jace is in response. Yeah.
RPF says Oko hasn't been played because of Lurrus. There's your answer. RPF, the
All right.
expert,
Well,
fills us
RPF.
in.
Well, why is what happens if Oko just turns it into an elk? I mean, does that like stop him from being able to do all the other things? I don't
Yeah, he
think
would
so,
just
right?
lose his abilities. Yep.
Yeah. But then you're just having this 3-2 still attacking in, or 3-3.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we got to flip Jace.
Flip Jace is fun. There was a while where I had a check pile deck in Legacy with Jace Friends Prodigy, and I just love that card. It's so good. Not
Yeah.
anymore
Well,
though. Not in Legacy.
probably the days of what was that land that could flip too?
Uh, the land that can flip? I'm not sure.
Search for Escanta. I think
Oh
during those
right,
days
yeah.
it was between that and also Jace Finch Prodigy. Both those cards were being played pretty heavily. Uh, just being able to like either filter through your deck or get another extra brainstorm. Oh wow.
Land Go
So
says without lifelink, not that big of an issue. Without lifelink now, that is a big issue. I don't know. RPF says the only green deck we've seen is using Lurrus, so no 3 drops. So Oko's out of the list. The last list I can find for Crab Shack only has one 3 drop permanent. Unfortunately, it's the kill condition.
you kind of need that.
Yeah, let's check in with these guys for life totals.
I'll pay for Death Wish 7.
Hey
I'll
guys,
drop.
what's your life totals now?
I'm at 18. He's at 17, I believe.
Okay,
All right.
thanks
I'll
guys.
draw for turn.
I'm looking at the board right now, and it seems like well, there is a Tabernacle in play, but
Ooh, there is. I missed that.
at least the Deathrite can sit back and potentially trade with Young Pyro if Dean tries to get a little frisky here. Oh, let's see what he does.
Ooh, what happened?
It looks like just took the 2 damage, and then they um, Ben went ahead and paid for his Deathrite, and now we're going back to um, yeah, we're going back to Dean, and he's making some more elemental tokens and not sacrificing any of those guys to a.
Seems like a good plan since Mason only has a death right in play. Did he swing there? Did he deal 4 damage?
He only
No.
did 2 damage at that point.
Okay.
He wasn't gonna block with that Deathrite and trade because at this point it's pretty tough for Mason to come back from this position. I mean, I think what he
Oh, he
needs
does
is
swing.
land. Yeah. So he's swinging with that young pyromancer, kind of threatening him, seeing if he's going to, try to respond to this.
Lots of discussion happening right now. I'm sure Mason's pondering at the moment if he's going to block.
Well played.
All right, he takes 2. Right?
Yeah, looks like it.
We haven't seen Lurrus in this match yet, have we? Did it come out in game 1?
Um,
I don't think it did.
I don't think it did.
Well, he won game one with a Tarmogoyf, if I remember. I think he just cracked him in the face with the Tarmogoyf.
Yeah, that Tarmogoyf came down hot.
So many altars. Let's check in with these guys. Let's hear what they're saying.
Yeah, I don't think the life totals are right though.
Just checking in for life totals again from you guys.
Me 14, him 16. Ben 14, Dean 16.
Thanks, guys. Going to leave you guys mics open for a moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I am going to.
Wasteland and Volcanic.
Yeah, it seems right.
Strong.
I'll pass to you.
All right. I'll pay for Tabernacle before I resolve the Delver. Pay for Young Pyromancer, pay for Delver of Secrets, pay for 2 Elementals.
Okay.
1 Elemental dies.
Okay.
Right, resolve the Delver trigger.
Resolve the Delver trigger.
It's days.
You got flip the days.
All right.
All right. We're going to cut back to Roland now.
5.
So it looks like Ben's in bad shape at the moment.
Yeah.
That's what I gathered from their conversation.
Let's see, 3 permanents versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah, so he's taking 5 and going to 9. And
We're
Scooping.
entering scoop phase, yeah. That young pyromancer did some work there.
it sure did.
Maybe it's a thing, like being able to just, every single turn get an extra delver here, extra delver there, and they never die.
RPF says these games are incredible. You're damn right, they are. These have been some good matches so far. The first match with Ken and Benjamin was awesome, and this one's proving to be just as cool with Dean kind of taking revenge for Ken right now. Up by 1 game, I should say. 2-1.
Yeah.
We're doing best of 5, everybody. A Delver on the first turn. Can't beat that.
Yep. And meets a mental misstep.
All right. At least he didn't load us into 3 Delvers that time. Everybody would have shut the stream off.
Yeah.
And we
Wow.
would have all accused Dean of cheating.
Quite possibly. I think it was about a year ago that you could still do Lotus into Delver, and probably get 2 of those 3 probably misstepped.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
Well, all right, we're moving into a new meta now in Vintage. Let's assume all the cards stay where they are now. No bannings, no restrictions. What are you playing, Roland?
I actually might just go back to shops. I think that,
With Lurrus?
Lurrus, and you could get it out there with, well, you'd probably have to cast it with Mox Jet and Mox Pearl, but maybe a Lotus Petal in there.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
But
True.
there's so many things that you can bring it back with, and Null Rod is, while it's both sided.
Yeah.
It can be tough, but Lurrus can allow for some crazy things.
Well, many Magic the Gathering players will be awaiting your shops list. RPF says Roland is a robot.
Yeah, for years I played Workshop, so it's like, it's in my blood.
Yeah, it's
in my DNA. Yeah, I can't get rid of it.
Yeah, you are in fact a robot now.
I am robot. Let's see, we got double Wasteland now. Ooh, this might be tough on Ben's mana base. They usually only get up to what, 2 or 3 mana tops for the bug side. So
Yeah.
it could be pretty rough if he decided to waste on his Underground Sea, which it looks like he's holding off on.
What did he waste just now?
I don't think he wasted it. I think he just let it sit. So that actually signals to me that Dean's trying to look for some mana. Maybe he's trying to get to that like 3rd mana to drop a DAC or something.
Gotcha. Is that a strip mine in Ben's graveyard? Is that the Expedition strip mine?
Yeah, that's a strip mine. Wait, no, that's a Misty Rainforest.
Oh, okay.
I really had to look in there. Uh,
17,
so we
I
got
guess.
little Assassin's Trophy on his waist. No, his volcanic. So. So now Dean is stuck with just an island. Or is that a mountain? Oh, it's an island. It's a little water droplet.
I think Dean's the only person that has played any basic lands tonight. Basic lands not a big part of Vintage at the moment, apparently. And it is, I will point out, it is not a snow-covered island. It is a regular island from the unsanctioned box set, it looks like, which is awesome.
Yeah.
So he just played, what's that card again?
Days?
No, the,
Ancestral?
is that Hercule's Recall? What is that?
Which one? The one he's like putting in the graveyard right now?
Yeah,
Fluster
wait.
Storm?
I'm so confused.
So Dean tried to Ancestral here. I think there was a...
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Where do you get the second mana then? To be able to fluster?
We missed it. Moving on.
Oh, yeah.
Let's check in with these guys to find out what that was.
Okay, go.
Hey guys, can you just walk us through what happened on that last turn? With the
Okay.
fluster
Okay,
storm?
yeah. So
Yeah, sure.
I wastelanded his Underground Sea. In response, with the Underground Sea, with the Wasteland trigger on the stack, he fetched and he Assassin's Trophied my Volcanic Island. I responded by floating blue, and I let the Assassin's Trophy resolve. I resolved the trigger, getting an island. With the blue floating from the Volcanic Island, Wasteland then resolved. Underground Sea died. With the blue floating, I Ancestral recalled myself. In response, he forced pitching Daze, and then I Fluster Stormed the force in response.
The plan was to get him to respond there, and then try to see if there was an opportunity for me to daze back my Underground Sea. But he's a very smart Magic player. It's been doing this for a while, and tricks like that don't work against people like him. So.
That's fair enough. So what are your life totals now? You're at 16, Ben?
I'm at 17.
Oh,
Oh, no,
17.
because of force with missed up.
You're
I'm
at
at 16. You're right. 16 is correct.
And 20 for Dean?
Yeah.
All right, thanks, guys. Going to tune back into Roland now.
All right, I'm going to play a Sprite Dragon that looks like an upside down.
Oh, there's the Sprite
Give
Dragon.
it upside down.
Oh, right.
Sprite
That
Dragon is here, guys. This is what
is not
everybody bought tickets for when you when you sold them the tickets. Bud Life says you guys are still going. We are still going. Paper Vintage doesn't stop. Sprite Dragon has hit the board and he swings for one.
So let's see what is Sprite Dragon again? We got, I think it was like a 1/1 haster that anytime you cast a non-creature spell
It's
gets
almost
a +1/+1
one counter. Yep. And
Yeah,
it flies.
It's only for 1 blue 1 red, which is actually quite cheap.
The card's
but,
good.
Yeah, the card's good. It can protect it, and it.
All right,
gets
here's
to
Lurrus.
get bigger.
He's back. Or she's back.
Ah.
We're not sure. So, he sacked the Lotus.
Bring back
Cast
the
Lotus. Here we go. For anyone just joining us, that is a Lurrus on the right and a Sprite Dragon on the left. Ikoria not available yet in paper.
So we have Sprite Dragon on Magic back and Pokemon in play.
Yeah. Pretty fitting to make the companion a Pokemon.
Yes.
All right, sacking the Lotus. And Assassin's Trophy. I'm assuming on Sprite Dragon. Seems like a play that I would make.
Seems like
That
it.
Bright Dragon needs to die.
I think when he cast Lurrus, he must have just left one black open, so he probably has at this point maybe 2 green floating.
Or yeah, seems
Be
like
able
it.
to cast that. Yeah. So that Lurrus play, I actually haven't seen it until now. I know that it's very popular on Moto, but it's got to be like Lotus, Lurrus, cast your Lotus again, and that is pretty backbreaking when you look at how much that puts you further ahead than your opponent.
Yep. So Dean playing a fetch just now. Is that what just happened?
Oh no, Dean had to search for a.
Oh, the Assassin's Trophy. That's right.
Yeah. See what Dean responds here with. What's that?
Those lands are beautiful.
What just killed the Lurrus?
That is a. What is that?
Whitey
Let's
bolt?
check in with these guys.
Yeah, what is that?
Dean, what is that card?
That is a Sprite Dragon.
Oh.
No, the altered one's a lightning bolt.
Oh, the altar one's a lightning bolt.
This is a lightning bolt. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, guys. Back to Roland.
Called it.
Good call. All right. So Lurrus is down, and a young Pyromancer joins us again. Bud Life says, do you think Wizards will admit they made a broken mechanic, or similar to Storm and Dredge, they won't acknowledge it and take forever, blah, 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 like with Grave Troll? I think so far companions are fun in Standard, Pioneer, Historic, all the new formats, and Vintage and Legacy. They have to figure something out. All right, so a mental misstep on...
That was an Unearth?
Unearth. Oh, he tried to return his Lurrus.
Yeah.
Which
That
would have
Lurrus-
been amazing.
Lurrus back would have been just, Lurrus back into play, hold priority, get Lotus back, and then just sacrifice Lotus before they can do anything.
Yeah.
It's 3 spells.
Yeah. So now Pyromancer seems to be taking over the game again. Would Mason's deck have a way to wipe the board if these elementals get out of control?
Possibly Toxic Deluge.
Toxic Deluge.
But, I mean, it doesn't look that great right now.
No, it does not. It's looking ugly. It seems like on our stream so far, the person on the right wins the first round, and then he gets wrecked in the second round.
Yeah, we might see a game 5 here.
Tarmogoyf. I would love to see him game 5. Daze. That's just mean.
Yeah, Daze is really, really impactful here. I think that with some of these companions that are just a little lower cost, that they actually might be driving the overall mana cost down even further. Because Lurrus is 2 converted mana cost or lower, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, so I mean, if people are rushing to get out as much as they can with optimal mana without extras floating over, they'll probably just run into Dazes all day long.
Deaning through time right now.
Mm-hmm. I'm surprised he didn't remove. I guess it really doesn't matter for him, but
no, not really.
Some other things like Sprite Dragon kind of reduce the Tarmogoyfs.
I would have done some thinking about that, and also trying to remove targets for death rights.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, he's in a commanding position. I think we enter scoop phase here.
Yeah, basically, yeah. And a bolt to the face to finish it off. All right, let's tune in with the guys as we wrap up this match.